Welcome to Truth or Politics. I'm your host, Darlene Price, and tonight, live TV. Darlene Price, I'll say it right. We had a windstorm here last night, real bad one. I was up half the night, so I'm going to apologize in advance for all my bumblings and stumblings that will happen tonight with me for no sleep and me cutting out carbs out of my diet for 3 days. It'll be a miracle if I don't reach over and just strangle one of the candidates here tonight. I'm kidding. Okay, but anyways, first I want to thank everybody watching tonight. We want to appreciate our followers on Facebook and on MBRTV. Also, we want to thank MBRTV, who've been loyal to us for over 11 years now, and the people behind the scenes, Steve Hall and Dave and everybody behind the scenes. And we want to thank Michael Mann, who makes sure that this gets put on social media. And we are now on YouTube as well. Also, folks, I want to promo, you guys probably heard all about it. We did some promos for, it's called Lake Cumberland, What Really Lies Beneath. MBRTV, we gave them first shot and exclusive because they've been loyal to us and we were paying that loyalty. They ran part 1 last night. Part 2 is going to be tonight. What time? What time are you guys running tonight?
After this debate.
After the debate, okay.
Yeah.
So, what, 9 o'clock or something?
Depends how long Bill talks.
Depends on how long he talks, all right. It'll be after this debate, MBRTV, and then Friday night. And then Saturday, they're going to run the whole thing. It's a little over 3-hour investigative documentary on Lake Cumberland, What Really Lies Beneath. And then they're going to run it in the morning and the evening. And then on Sunday, it'll be open for everybody. You can go on YouTube and pull it up and watch part 1 and part 2. May I suggest you watch part 1 first? Because if you start into part 2, you will not understand what all those documents are about. So, what we're going to do is we're going to introduce one of the candidates here tonight. And these are, also, folks, these questions, all these debates that I'm asking, people keep asking, where are you getting these questions from? We put out a month or so before the debates even start, hey, give us your questions. And these are we the people's questions. Now, if I don't ask your question exactly how you gave it to me, it's because I had 4 questions submitted 4 different ways about the same topic. So it'll be in general about that topic. So I didn't blow you off on your question. I just can't ask one question 4 different ways. So we'll get started. First, I'm going to ask the candidate here to do an opening remark.
Good evening. I'm William Bill Hale, Jr. I'm the current magistrate in District 1. I'm running for re-election, and I would appreciate your support in the upcoming election on May 17th. I'll be number 2 on the ballot. So I hope you can support me.
Okay, question number 1. I got allergies too, so sorry about that up front. What do you think is the single biggest problem facing the county today, and what is your plan to address this issue?
We have a lot of little problems that we need to try to address. The single most biggest problem that we have, it would be hard to pinpoint it. We need jobs, and we need to pursue jobs. But I think once again we have to define who we are. What are we going to be? And we're going to be a tourism place, or we're going to be a retirement place, we're going to be a jobs place. If we're going to go seeking jobs in manufacturing, then I believe 92 being completed later this year is going to be a big help to us. But we have a lot of little problems too. Well, they're not little, they're big, but we have trash problems that we need to address, and we've got animal problems that we need to address. So there's several things that we need to be looking at, and we will continue to work on. And this administration that's currently in there, or the upcoming administration, one's going to have to face some of these problems and fix them. So.
And you already addressed several of my questions.
I'm sorry.
So we're done. We're going home. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just joking. Okay. So question number 2. Please describe your understanding of what the Office of County Magistrates' job duties consist of.
Well, this is Bill Hale again. If you want to do the job and do it right, the job doesn't really end. We have to talk to our state reps. We have to talk to our congressman's office, our senator's office. I'll throw one thing out there, just like they were going to close our Job Corps, and we had to voice a concern about that. If you're not willing to call these people and step up to the plate, then you're not really fulfilling that job. There's more to being a magistrate than just than fixing a road or mowing or, you know, cutting tree limbs out of a road. You know, we have to work with our economic development board. We got to work with our 109 board. We got to approve contracts through them. We got to balance our budget. We've got to try to purchase things and do things with money that we have laying around that we're able to do that with. So there's a lot of things and a lot of discussion that goes on behind the scenes. So if you really want to be a magistrate, it takes some time and effort to do that. And it is something that I'm willing to do because, you know, I have been humbled and honored with this experience, and I would like to serve the people in District 1 again. So, thank you.
What do you see the condition of our roads in the next 4 years will be, and what is your plan to improve them?
Well, I put a plan in place. When I started and when I ran for office last time, I told everybody that I wasn't going to chip and seal because I felt like that was a waste of money. And when we came into office, I was the one that started the conversation about the price of blacktop and what we were paying. And vowing to be a good steward of the county's money, we negotiated prices and we found competition. And you know, I'll give you a prime example. The first year we didn't blacktop, as some of you may know. So when the second year came around, the same amount of money that we were able to spend, which was $200,000 if you want to know, the same roads that I turned in at 20 roads was going to be $200,000, but with our new pricing with negotiating, that price dropped to $160,000. So we were able to additional add on 7 more roads on the first year, and then we blacktopped the second time too, the same year to get us caught up where we didn't blacktop the first year. I've managed to get 71 roads blacktopped in these little over 3 years, with about 15 more on the list this year if the funding's available. So if we can continue this pace, I think our roads are going to be really good in 4 more years. Will we be done with all of them? No, but we'll be a lot further than we are today. So that's where I think about roads.
Funds that are loaned to business startups. What is your plan to make sure that A, the programs are administered properly, and B, that these loans are in fact paid back in a reasonable amount of time?
Boy, I tell you, that was a program, I'll just be honest with you, that was a mess when we came into office in this administration. And this administration put the policies together with our Economic Development Board, which does an outstanding job for us. We put the processes in place, and we now have collateral. We put liens on that collateral to make sure that money is repaid back to that program. You know, I think there was something around 40,000 in that account maybe when we started, and today there's 120,000. We're collecting about $5,000 a month. In this administration, because I can't speak about the last administration a whole lot, but in this one we have approved, I believe, 8 loans, and all 8 people are paying their payments back every month like they're supposed to. So we've taken the steps to fix that problem. We had 4 that was from the previous administration. Excuse me, we had 7. 4 of those 7 has filed bankruptcy, and 3 are now legal actions are pending against them to get them to pay their loan back. And like I say, those 7 are from the previous administration. So this administration has done everything that we can do to make sure that program's successful and that money stays there so that we can give it out to businesses that need it. You know, when we first started, you could only borrow $8,000 because we just didn't have the money in that account. Now today they're doing $10,000 to $35,000. So I think we've made a drastic improvement, and I hope we can continue to do that.
Here's the one that irks me the most, have I said on every single debate. We clearly have a littering problem, especially along the roadways. What could you do as magistrate to help address this problem?
Trash is a major problem. I understand that, and I believe that most of the trash, and I'm not saying all of it, but I'm saying most of the trash that's thrown out is by people that are probably not signed up on our garbage, or that are not legally disposing of the garbage, of course, because they're throwing it out on the streets and our roads. This is a contract year for our trash vendor, so we'll be negotiating a contract there. There's been some discussion about trying to reopen our transfer station at the county level. I would like to see that happen so that we can give our people a couple of different options: sign up on garbage, or take your trash to the transfer station. And I hope that will come to reality here by the first of the year or something, if we can make that happen. It's a big push right now, and there's a lot of discussion. But until people in our county just take the pride in enjoying where we're at and where we live, because we live in a beautiful place, if it's clean, we're going to have problems like this, and we just need to continue to work on it. So.
We had a lot of calls about this, a lot of people concerned about this. We have a loose dog problem here in the county. Is there anything you as magistrate could do to address this issue?
There's a lot of calls through the judge's office. I've actually had several calls, and it is a problem. Darlene's definitely right. And if you've been watching our fiscal court meeting, you hear our county attorney mentioning this and saying that if your dog causes problems, that you're going to be held liable for it, in somebody else's property. So we was hoping that, that if we discussed it enough, responsible people would take care of their animals and keep them at home. If it doesn't get better, the only thing that I can see is this administration or the incoming administration, but somewhere down the line, we're going to have to go back to our county ordinances, and we're going to have to revisit that, and we're going to have to put a county ordinance together that's going to try to fix our dog problem. So, before any of that happens, because I understand the whole county doesn't understand or doesn't like being told you got to do this, you got to do that. We as pet owners need to take the necessary steps to make sure that we're not bothering our neighbors. So I would strongly urge you to take a good look at yourself right now and say, hey, rather than something be told me that I have to do, I should fix the problem. I'm not for dogs being tied up on a leash, but there's nothing wrong with the dog being in a kennel, a big kennel where they can run, or a fenced-in area where they can run and enjoy their life. So, I'm going to ask right up front if you would take the time to survey yourself and ask yourself if your dogs are creating problems in your neighborhood, and what can you do to fix it before the fiscal court has to address that issue.
And also, I know I'm the moderator, I'm not supposed to say anything, but how about training your dog? If you spend the time to train your dog will stay home. You don't need a fence, you don't need a leash, if you put the time in to train your dog. And no, I'm not running for anything. What would you do as magistrate to make your office become more transparent to the public?
Well, I think I've been about as transparent as possible in this first administration. My phone number's in the phone book. My phone number's on the county website. I've had multiple people call and ask me questions, and I'm straightforward with them, and I give you 100% the truth every time you call me. Even if it's not what you want to hear. We've had discussions that I've had to tell people that, not what they wanted to hear, but they understood it was the law, and that's just the way we have to do things. I will always continue to tell you the truth, and if I can't give you an honest answer, I will find the honest answer and call you back or come visit you or whatever I need to do. But I believe in transparency, and I believe in being wide open. And so if you have any issues, especially the constituents in District 1, call me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about them. What is your plan to create more jobs and attract new businesses to the county? That's a good question, because we've been working on that a lot over the last 3+ years. Like I said earlier, you know, if we can get Highway 92 fixed, it might encourage some other people to come to our county and give us a more direct route to the interstate for transportation needs. We've had a few clicks and some people that were interested in coming, but unfortunately I think we lost out on them. And I really believe it's because of we just don't have true access to transport goods out of our county at this time. So I believe when 92 comes in, that's going to open up a new ballgame for us. And I just think we just have to continue to work hard, make those phone calls. I mean, it's not just the job of the judge and the assistant judge, it's the job of your magistrates too, to encourage people to come here and build a business here. So I just think it's something we have to continue to work on and never stop, just to be honest with you. We just got to keep making those phone calls.
If elected, what do you want to accomplish in your next 4 years term as magistrate?
Well, I would like to say that we put a dent in this trash problem. That's one thing that I think it's on top of the line, and I know it's hard, but we need to fix this problem. But I'd like to continue the path that I put together to rebuild our roads and resurface our roads and give everybody in this district a blacktop road. And we're going to do it in the next 4 years, no. But we're going to put a big dent in it if you guys would just put your trust and faith in me and follow me through the next 4 years if I'm elected.
Why do you feel you are the best qualified person for the job of magistrate?
Well, I feel like I've put my heart and soul into this job over the last 3+ years, and I'm still learning every day. I still don't know anything, and I have to make many phone calls to get some of the knowledge that I need. But I think I've got the heart and the soul and the time to put into this job and to represent the people of District 1 and the entire county at heart. I will always continue to vote for what's right, vote against what I think's wrong, but put our citizens first, you know, because it's important to them, especially when they elect us to represent them. So we just continue to try to do the best job that we possibly can.
Okay, and closing remarks.
Okay. Once again, my name's William Bill Hale Jr. I'm number 2 on the ballot on the May 17th primary election. There's 3 Republicans running. I ask for your support. I ask for your vote. If there's anything that I can ever do for you, please don't hesitate to call me. I'm open-minded. I'll listen. And we'll always do what's right for the people of District 1 and our county. So once again, if you don't have anybody to vote for, I would ask that you consider me and vote for me in this upcoming election. And thanks for taking the time to listen to us tonight.
Okay, folks, and I say it almost every debate, whether there's one person or 5 people show up. It takes a lot of courage to show up and do this, and not everybody does it. So the candidates that show up and answer, you know, we the people's questions, they deserve a big round of applause for doing that, I think. And we usually have a studio audience, but because of COVID, we've narrowed that down. Okay, folks, again, I want to plug our news report, our special news report. It's more like a documentary. It's called Lake Cumberland, What Lies Beneath. It's where we expose some pretty heavy stuff, folks. We out of the state of Kentucky, the state EPA, State Water District, and the city of Somerset, we collected more than 1,000 documents. And we didn't bore you with all 1,000 documents, but we did actually show you like 107, I think we did 117 documents, not to mention we went out and interviewed. This documentary was a year in the making, so we hope that you guys find it compelling and jaw-dropping. And again, it airs this, if you got MBRTV, you can watch it again tonight, part 2, and part 3 tomorrow night. Also, they're running all 3 parts Saturday morning and Saturday night. And then for those of you who don't have cable access, it will be running on Facebook, YouTube, and any social media we can get it on, starting Sunday at noon, and it's called Lake Cumberland, What Really Lies Beneath. And we want to thank MBRTV and all of our Facebook fans and everybody out there for watching us again for yet another debate. We have next week, who do we have a debate next week? Magistrates 3? Is it Magistrate 3? Magistrate 3, thanks. Again, I didn't get any sleep last night. Magistrate 3 debate next Thursday, and will be uploaded. And am I forgetting anything there, cameraman Dave? No. Thank you all, and we will see you next time on Truth or Politics. Thanks.